by Mel Smith. The original title was Camden Town Boy, but that was changed when someone pointed out that the average American in No Hope, Pennsylvania, has no idea where Camden Town is. These days it's inadvisable to discourage American audiences. Camden Town Boys they've never heard of, tall guys they know about. To put it simply, the plot revolves around an unsuccessful actor, Jeff Goldblum, who lives in Camden, listens to Madness records and suffers from hay fever. Most of the movie takes place in the theatre, where Mr. Goldblum works as stooge to the successful comedian Rowan Atkinson. Both the name of Mr. Atkinson's screen character and the nature of the show bear more than a passing resemblance to his real-life stage show. In the film, the show is called The Rubber-Faced Review, a clear reference to the flexible features of Rowan Atkinson.
Excellent. We didn't actually call it The Rubber-Faced Review, but I was traditionally referred to as rubber-faced in the reviews by the critics. And so the show within the movie is, I suppose, but based on my own one-man show in which Richard Curtis, the writer of the movie, played the straight man. And the straight man of the show is the hero of the movie, played by Jeff Goldblum.
The star of The Fly and The Big Chill, Jeff Goldblum plays Dexter King, the unhappy straight man who receives excessive physical and psychological violence from his boss. He's slapped, punched and forced to dress up as a nun. This puts quite a strain on their working relationship.
He abuses me and I'm insulted. And I've taken it for years. But I've come to the point when we meet me, I think, where I won't take it anymore.
The humiliating position of feeding lines to Rowan Atkinson to allow him to get the laughs is one which writer Richard Curtis bitterly recalls. So to what extent is the film based on his own experiences?
Rowan and I are still working together, you see, after 11 years together, so it's not particularly true. Once or twice, you know, we had arguments about money. This is perhaps the revenge for those.
The only thing that's similar is that here he is in a very successful West End show and he's a big star, which Rowan is, and a great stage performer, which Rowan is. But Rowan is, in fact, when you get to know him, is a very diffident and rather quiet man. And Ron Anderson is a loud, foul-mouthed, bigoted, nasty person, which Rowan certainly isn't. But he's having a fairly good crack at it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is important to understand the kind of damage that physical violence can do to the head. And Mr. Perkins here has kindly volunteered to help me demonstrate. This will tend to do no real damage, whereas this will result in some minor superficial bruising. And of course, this will almost certainly result in a broken bone or two, whereas this iron bar will almost certainly result in death, as in this case.
The director, Mel Smith, is best known for his television appearances, but he's also directed pop videos and commercials. How much is he enjoying the challenge of directing his first feature?
It's the best fun in the world. It's the most responsibility I've ever had, I think, which I like. It's a bit scary sometimes. You know, I think it's mainly knowing that at the end of the day, everybody's going to turn around and look at you when everything's broken down and nobody knows quite what's happening next. There's that really, really nasty moment where suddenly about 20 faces all suddenly go at you and you're going, okay, I think we'll do that. And, you know, and it's that thing of not just making something up on the spot, but actually really knowing what it is that you want.
Can you just look a little bit more worried after you've sneezed? And then down.
When all the filming on stage has been completed, it's time to let the audience in.
I'm going to film them actually coming in and getting excited about the show and film them actually sort of sitting down in their seats. And then throughout the show, I want to get various shots on stage from behind the actors looking out at a real audience beyond them.
In a sense, instead of paying 1,000 extras to come and sit in the audience so we can film them, we're asking 1,000 extras to pay to come and be in the film.
Great. Well, it's going very well back there, apparently, ladies and gentlemen. The cameraman says that you're all looking particularly good, except this bastard down here.
Tall Guy, nay Camden Town Boy, opens in a few weeks' time. Right, well, now for the result of last week's competition.